gentlemen. Thank you for taking time here.
Yeah.
Hi teachers, my name is Jongwon Lee and you could call me John. And overall, thank you for your time and it's an honor to promote Dokdo Island on behalf of South Korea. Have you ever seen this news? About 2 months ago, South Korea's Air Force fired a warning shot on Russian military aircraft because it violated Korea's airspace. Then, at the time, CNN reported that the incident happened over Dokdo Island. But after get claimed by Japan government, they correct this word as disputed island between South Korea and Japan. And many Korean people were angry about that. Dokdo is a peaceful island of Korea in East Sea. Dokdo was the first Korean territory to fall victim to the Japanese aggression while World War II. To begin with, let's watch a short video clip which is made by Minister of Foreign Affairs of South Korea. Thank you. As you see the video, in 1905, Japan illegally incorporated Dokdo as Japan's territory, calling it a no man's land. But, next page please. History knows the truth. Japan knows the truth. Numerous historical documents clearly show that Dokdo is not its territory. The world knows the truth. Why are Koreans so angry with Japan government? There are many issues between South Korea and Japan. Comfort women, forced labor, genocide. Those victims in Korea have never got apology from Japan government. Japan government has always expressed its regrets, not apology. Victims in Korea don't want money. They only need apology. But leaders in Japan and many politicians are arguing that there was any illegal thing while they exploited Korean people in the past. So that's why Korean people are angry, still angry with that Japan government. Even worse, currently Japan and South Korea is in economic war due to historical issues. Maruyama Hakoda, a member of Japan Assembly, recently argued that we must take Dokdo by war. We were surprised. According to 2019 military strength ranking, Japan was ranked 6th, and South Korea was ranked 7th. If conflicts becoming more and more worse, the tension in East Asia will be increasing. And who knows, World War III will be declared by Japan? Japan politicians should stop stimulating Korean and Japanese people. Although there are many people who hate each other, many citizens in both countries are eager to be friends. The first picture is Korean people who are protesting to Abe Shinzo, but they don't blame normal citizens in Japan because we welcome them, because we think we have to cooperate with citizens in Japan. This picture is called Japanese in Japan. Japanese also are protesting to Abe Shinzo, who does not accept the past, who does not try to look at the face of history. And in the picket, it is written that we have to cooperate with Korean people. And that guy is Japanese, and he is on the Korean territory, and he's trying to free hug, with his eye blank. And the Korean girl is hugging to him. But there are many hate speech about Korean, even if some people are trying to cooperate with Korean people. I said to my Japanese friend in Q school, we can be friends. We have to cooperate for our future, and our generation can overcome the situation. And especially this picture is taken by our roommate, which is Misaki. Sorry. I told her
Take your time. That's fine.
he explained about the situation to her very politely, and she agreed to what he said. And she also expressed what she thought, what she thinks, and what she learned, so that we can make some cooperation about, and we can like make a little like promise for our generation to change the relationship between the two countries. So it was a really touching moment for us, and I know it's really small thing, like in terms of the world, but we believe that it can make a change, small change, like a butterfly effect, so that the two countries can make better relationship in the future.
Next picture, please. But that's the reason why we present now. In Q school, we found their maps, and the maps mark that territory, that area, just Sea of Japan. That's the main point of Japan government. According to International Hydrographic Organization, it should be Dokdo East Sea and Sea of Japan. Q International School is an important place that many international students go through. We believe butterfly effect, and we believe the power of education, and we believe the justice learned from history, and that's why we study. So I hope you correct them if you find some errors in those maps whenever some student asks you. Then Dokdo will forever remain a peaceful island of Korea in the East Sea. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
How was our presentation? Could you tell me about it?
Yeah, the presentation was fantastic. It looked professionally put together. It was very obvious you guys knew what you were talking about. It was well researched, very well documented.
I thought it was very informative and all new information for me. I'd never heard even a whisper of controversy over this because I don't know much about that area of the world. So I found it fascinating. However, as a former journalist, I was a journalist. I have my master's in journalism, and I was a news reporter, not for the news, but not on TV, but in newsprint. And so the way that that information was presented was obviously, it rang a lot of bells because it seemed very biased. And so when I told my son about it, my son is a big fan of Japan. He studies Japanese language. He wants to go to Japan to get his degree. And I wanted him to know about this controversy. And so I told him about it. And then I was looking for the same video, which I found. But then I found another one from the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Tokyo Maps. It was like some government agency from Japan. And they had another side, the opposite. And they had ancient documents that also said the same thing. I mean, said their side. But I found your information much more compelling because I knew of your information. But anybody who saw just the Japanese side would think that they were right. And anybody who saw just yours would think that you were right. But having seen both, now I realize that the Koreans are still right.
Overall, it was very informative and had a lot of really good photos and information. And it was all new information for me.
So what point specifically were you impressed?
Well, I did not know the history of the island. And I did not know that some other countries did not call it the Sea of Japan, because on every map I've seen in the United States says the Sea of Japan. And it's also not a very big sea, right? So we don't discuss it a lot here, but I understand now. I mean, obviously it's more important to Koreans and Japanese and Chinese because of those countries are right there, right? So it's more important. Naming is important.
So I remember the video that you showed at the beginning of the presentation. I saw that when I was in Seoul on a train. And without context, I was confused. And it felt a little odd. So I appreciated the chance to hear from real people, you guys, why this issue is important, and I think it's something that everybody should know, because it's easy to assume that there are no problems between Korea and Japan anymore, when in fact things like this do go on. It's important to recognize in order to work towards real peace between countries and real cooperation too. And I think that your emotional response, John, was great, because there's nothing wrong with being emotional towards a political issue if it's something that matters to you. So overall, I was very happy to listen to the presentation and receive some context about what I had seen many years ago on a train in Korea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, John.